excited. We're going to talk about a brand new product today. Good morning, Debbie. How are you?
Good morning, Colleen. Good. How about you today?
Good, good. Of course, they're mowing my lawn right at this moment. It never fails. It host a webinar no matter what time. That's the time that they decide to cut my grass. So
They just know that 10 a.m. is the place. It's the time to be at Colleen's house. You know she's going to be doing something.
oh, it's always fun, right? Right. That's the fun thing of teaching live technology, right? So, and then we also have Taylor on the call. Taylor, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
Hi, Taylor.
Exciting.
No.
All right, we've got a few more people logging in. Just to kind of introduce myself, I am Colleen Delange. I'm staff here at REALTOR, also a realtor of 22 years. We have Debbie, our director of education. She's the one who always puts these great classes together and gets every. And there's Taylor's face too.
Hi, everyone.
And then we have Taylor. Taylor she teaches all of our great photography classes. As a matter of fact, I've learned so much. We were just talking about how many of your patented shots we now see in the MLS the other day.
I do.
Taylor's our director of communications, and if you haven't taken her photography class, now is certainly the time to do it, because we're going to talk a lot about why you need all those great tools, especially coming up. And we're excited to announce our new product launch. So we are going to be showing you a brand new product today, the NewHomeSource. We're going to show you the exciting things you can do with it. I know we're all looking for more inventory right now. We're all looking for ways to pull in more lead generation, and this product is going to do just that. So it's exciting. We got about 2 more people logging in, and then I think we'll go ahead and get started.
Yep, love seeing them all come in. I love seeing the familiar faces because I already did get that text message. Can you guys see us? No. I love it. But I see Franca is on the call, Chris Nixon, Chris Nickel. Wow, this is some familiar faces here, or names in this case.
It is
good to see your names.
Yes.
And soon we'll be able to see your faces again.
I know, I can't wait. I'm so excited.
So we head back to the office on a part-time basis here next. It's now this month. It's July 1st. It's this
I know,
month.
I didn't realize it was July 1st today.
Yep.
A little bit, like, wait
July.
a second, where did June go? June, like, went by in the blink of an eye, I swear.
So July, we're at the office part-time, but it's still closed to the public. August, we will be back. I think we're open to the public at that point. And then September, we start in-person classes again. So we'll be able to do that, pointing, helping you log in, that true hands-on help that we can do. Because I find that even when I'm on webinars, I start to nod off a little sometimes just because, oh, look, oh, my dog needs something. Hi. Like, oh, I'm in class.
I always loved, and those of you who know Debbie, she has a couple of big dogs, but she has one dog who is famous for snoring. I swear, like right in the middle of the webinar, you'll hear this dog snoring, and it's like, it sounds like a person. It cracks me up. So.
Yes.
Good morning.
She already got herself locked in the bathroom this morning. She's so big, she goes in there to drink out of the kids' toilet, which disgusts me, but it's another story. And she's so big, she gets her butt, hits the door, gets herself closed in there, and I hear a little poof. Like, I know what that is. Please rescue me, Mommy.
Live events, live webinars, there's always something interesting that happens during them. Colleen, can I plug something real quick while I'm on? And
absolutely, please.
Yeah. Everybody, feel free to ask questions during this. I am going to be manning the questions for this because the last class that we had, there was just tons of questions about the product, and so I'm going to help with the questions and chiming in here and there. But I do want to just let you guys all know that the Mixing It Up with My RealSource is coming back in August. So if this is something that is interesting to you that we're talking about, you have lots of questions, you want more information on obviously this product, but we're telling them what the product is about yet?
The new product?
Yes, new construction.
Yes.
So we're going to be having a builder on for one of the Mixing It Up. So if this is something that is really interesting to you, you'll definitely want to attend the one where we're going to have a builder on talking about new construction and things that are going on in that realm of real estate. So I just wanted to plug that to build a little hype for it before you guys get started.
I love it. No, that's perfect. All right. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get us started here, if that's okay. So just a reminder, if you're new to GoToWebinar, just a couple housekeeping tips. On the right side of your screen, usually by now it's minimized to be an orange arrow. That is your GoToWebinar panel. Debbie did a great job creating a nice flyer, which is kind of like a cheat sheet, if you will, that is going to cover a lot of exactly what we're going to do today and how to do it. So if you open up that GoToWebinar panel and you go to your handouts section, you will find a PDF that you can print or save to your computer and use as a future reference. We are also recording this class, and so it will be available. Debbie's doing a great job of creating this awesome YouTube channel for us, and she's uploading all of these classes. You can go back and click the playlist and see this class again. And if you do have any questions, as Taylor mentioned, she's going to be manning the questions today. So in your questions box that you see there, type in any question. Don't feel that you have to wait to ask your question at a certain point. Sometimes it's just easier. Taylor will kind of jump in and let us know that there's a question and we can address it while we're on that same screen. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. I am going to show my screen here. And are you able to see my screen, Debbie, Taylor?
Yep,
yes, ma'am, I see your PowerPoint.
Fantastic. All right, it's always good to check just in case. I hate to get 3 slides in. I know we had that a couple of times. You get 3 slides in and then holy moly, no one can see or hear you. That's never a good thing. All right, so basically we created this great new product launch, and Taylor did an awesome job of doing a count to know that a brand new product has arrived. And really what the NewHomeSource Professional is it's kind of a 2-benefit program. It's one, going to allow you to post out onto social media to capture new buyer leads. But really in this day where we're all looking for more inventory because there's just not enough listings out there, it's going to allow you to work directly with builders to show what's up and coming. So let me explain. Many times a builder maybe have 1 listing in the MLS, but maybe he's got 3 or 4 specs going on, or maybe an up-and-coming community that hasn't been announced yet. This is a way that you can have more inventory to advertise out, to grab buyers, and to potentially work with these builders. It's also going to give you great alerts if there are bonuses on new construction. We're going to talk about how you can see some of the incentives, but really this is a way that you can provide even more inventory for those buyers who are struggling right now, who are, trying to find that dream home. And so it's going to allow you to post onto social media to show them even more options than you have today. So as you probably can see here, and I actually grabbed these stats directly from our market stats program. It took me 1 click to create these great graphs, but just to give you an idea of why we went out and tried to find a product like this, it's because we're seeing record low inventory levels across the state. As a matter of fact, and I just grabbed a couple this morning. These are just 3, close counties. But when I'm looking at these levels, what you can notice right here is Macomb County is down just for May over 60%. If you look at the totals for May of 2020 versus 2021, we had 2,226 listings on the market last May. And if you remember last May, as many of us do, there wasn't that much to sell back then. But now, if you look at our inventory levels, we're down to 886 homes. So look what it's doing here to our average sales price. Last year, our average sales price for Macomb County was $217. This year, it's almost $270. So we're seeing record numbers. So we're seeing the average sales price obviously going through the roof due to such a low amount of inventory. Take a look. It's very similar in St. Clair County. You can see here almost down 50%. Average sales price, again, going through the roof. In 1 year, you're looking at an almost $60,000 increase. I mean, these are unheard of numbers. Then if you look at Oakland County, we're even seeing a shorter supply there. We're seeing almost 75% down in our inventory levels. Again, bringing our average sales price up almost about $80,000. I mean, numbers we've just never seen. So what does that mean to us? Well, it means we don't have obviously enough supply for the demand of buyers that are looking for homes right now. And so the idea was that we were going to go out and find a way for you to get more inventory that you could now actually show buyers. You can post using social media to bring those buyers in and letting them know that you are an expert in new construction, even if maybe you're not yet. We're going to show you some tips and tricks coming up here. So let me tell you a little bit about the new product. It's got a couple of names, so I kind of want to break that down first because you're going to see it throughout this presentation. But basically, in 2000, a group of builders and a group of new construction folks said, you know, we should get together and we should make basically a service where we can work with agents and we can show them what's up and coming. And so they formed what's called the BDX, the Builders Digital Experience. And this was really designed to give the builders a way to communicate directly with agents to tell them what's up and coming. You know, maybe they have a new community, maybe they have some floor plans of models they're going to be building, maybe they've got some incentives that they want to, bonuses for the agents or incentives to maybe move those last couple of models in their new construction areas. So that's actually what happened. They came up with this in 2000. They said, let's get together, let's build a resource for agents to be able to work directly with these builders. And it's really grown all across the country. They've partnered with, I think now 36 different MLSs. They have 1,000 different builders that are now utilizing this tool to provide more to the agents so the agents can actually see more inventory out there.
Hey, Colleen, I think this is a good spot to interrupt. Last class, remember, we had a lot of people reach out to you asking, hey, I work with builders in the area and they would like to know how could they get involved in this as well. So Colleen, you've already started forwarding that information to the right people and getting that going. So we can grow this even more.
Yeah, absolutely. If you are doing new construction right now and you are working with a builder, feel free to contact me directly afterward. I'll forward it on to them to get started and give you all the details, what's involved in getting set up with the BDX. But basically, when I logged in this morning, there were over 300 new home listings that, and again, sometimes you'll see one or two of them in the MLS from a particular builder, but they may have specs or site plans or models that they've started that we don't always see. So there were 310 to be exact, new home listings that were not in the MLS this morning that I can see using my new tool. And the idea is when you're using NewHomeSource, you're able to see plans, communities, builder information, elevation plans. You're able to register your buyers. And we're going to talk about that process because I know there's a lot of questions about, well, does the builder see my buyer's information? And absolutely you see it, but the builder does not. So let me be very clear, even if you put your buyers in here so they're getting updates and they're seeing the information, the builder does not see your confidential buyer information. We want you to, of course, be the liaison, just like you would right now. If you had a buyer who said, you know, Debbie, I want you to show me new construction models, well, everything should go through that. I would go through Debbie as my agent. So the idea is you still work with the builder. You still need to do one very important step. You need to find out what the compensation and cooperation offered is. And we're going to walk through that process because when you are looking at these, some of them don't have what the compensation and cooperation is listed on the listing. Sometimes you'll even see it. Whether you see it or not, you want to guarantee it. You want to make sure that in writing you are working with this builder, you are guaranteeing your compensation and cooperation and properly registering your buyers with that builder. We're going to walk you through those steps, so don't worry. But as you can see right here, it allows you to favorite communities. Again, if you're working with a particular builder, you can favorite that builder. You can set up searches for your clients so that you can send it out to your clients, and your clients can search as well. I love the interface that the clients see. It's very, very clean. A lot of the builders have created just wonderful videos that are attached to these homes. So not only are they creating virtual tours and Matterport photos and attaching them, but they're also attaching information on, maybe they've been building for 50 years. Maybe it's you've been in their family for generations. Maybe they use upgraded materials over what most builders use. There's these great videos that talk a lot about these different builders. So when they're choosing a builder, they have that resource too. Of course, you can see photos, elevation plans. As I mentioned, you can see the floor plans of the listings, maps of the listings, and a lot of detailed information. So I just grabbed kind of what I set up off of my site. And I know, Debbie, you brought up a really interesting point here when you were looking at this. You want to tell us a little bit about the stats?
The thing that I love about this page is, well, from left to right, you can see, just like Paragon, you have your comments button, your thumbs up, thumbs down, which is pretty much uniform everywhere. But a little over to the right, you see the little housing designs. That lets you know immediately what the stage is of these homes. So the one that she's pointing at now, that is a plan. And the first two are plans, and the second one is under construction. Plus, if you hover over them when you're in the live version, it will show you which one it is. And you can also sort by these homes too. So if you only want spec homes, if you only want homes that are in plans, you could sort on those as well. So it's a great piece.
Which is really nice, because if you have somebody who needs to move in a little quicker, that something that maybe not even started yet is obviously going to take a little bit longer, especially with the lumber shortage. And so we're going to talk about that coming up too. I love that, as you can see down here, there are your tours, your floor plans. Again, other media might be a builder video, might have your updated photos, or maybe sometimes it's just renderings. You can see down here, it's talking about agent compensation. So they'll talk a little bit about it. But again, that is not just because it's listed there. You still want to make sure you are doing the proper steps to guarantee your compensation and cooperation. Because remember, this is not the MLS. This is a third party, and they do work. They have to have certain standards met in order to remain on the BDX onto the builder site. Remember, builders cannot see your buyer's information, so even when you're sending this to the buyers, you are still the one that's going to be reaching out to the builder. So it's not taking you out of the mix. What it's doing is just giving you more information to send over right to your clients. So on this screen, you can see right here, you can also register clients. So right up here at the top of the photo, if you want to register a client with a builder, it's even easier. But again, what you want to do is you want to make sure you are verifying compensation and cooperation first. You want to also make sure you're getting those buyers under a buyer agency contract, and see your broker on if you don't know what contract that would be. But this also will allow you to see, as the agent, builder promotions and events, open houses, things like that. But again, details are never shared with the builders. This is between you and your clients. All right, so let me jump over here. Here's a couple, just blew up a few of these. You can see them a little bit better. And I also like that it talks a little bit about the communities. If you have got a buyer looking on the other side of town, they may want to know what are the golf courses, what are the amenities, where's the shopping area. So it does, even if you're not super familiar with that area, it does kind of break down the community and neighborhood for them as well. But then the exciting part that I really like is you have a couple different things that you can share to social media to pick up new buyers. So one, I can go in and I can share my profile of who I am. And we're going to do some sample posts today. We're going to show you how to actually set this up and post out. But I can also share specific listings that are coming up. So there's two different things you can share, and we're going to walk you through both. One, on the benefits for the agent. you're going to have better information about these new homes and new communities. It's going to allow you to do more business, especially if you're doing some new construction now. You can do more with less effort, a lot easier to register your clients. And the idea is that you build better relationships with these builders and hopefully increase your commissions due to that. This also gives you information not found in other places. So many people are, doing that battle of, well, my clients are getting it on a third-party site. My clients are seeing it on X website. Well, remember that this is a way for you to have a clear advantage over those other websites. And of course, this allows you to collaborate and assist with the home building process, giving them all the details that they need to know. So even if you're not an expert in new construction, this makes it look like you know a lot more because you've got all that information at your fingertips. All right, for the builders, the benefit is if you are working with a builder right now, this is a way for you to foster long-term relationships with other agents. And again, a lot of times you will see homes that are coming through the NewHomeSource Professional that you won't see in the MLS. All right, so there's a couple important points that we want to point out here. Is one, we want to make sure that you set up your profile. So before you start inviting clients in, you want to make sure that we have your photo, your headshot in there, your logo, designations that you may have. You want to make sure that we've got all of those things set up properly first, and we're going to walk you through that. The next thing is when you are now using that profile, put it out on social media sites. This is a great way to capture those new buyer leads. But the important thing is make sure that you're getting those buyers under contract and make sure that you, the agent, are verifying the compensation and cooperation ahead of time and then registering your buyers with those builders. So 4 important steps to making sure that you get paid. All right, so that is our PowerPoint. Now what we're going to do is we're going to switch over because I kind of like to show everything live. I like to see the real meat and potatoes, show me what I need to see. And so, Debbie, are you able to see my Paragon screen?
Yes, ma'am. I see that Paragon for Brokers screen that you have. And right. I got a little plug right here on this one. For those of you who are on Paragon for Brokers, which means you are branded to your brokerage, like Colleen is, sometimes you might miss the information that we put on our center page. So you see where her cursor is? It's over the MLS tab. So as you tab that little MLS button.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry.
Log out.
I lost my internet connection there for a brief second, so we're going to log back in. All right, sorry, Debbie, I didn't mean to cut you off right in the middle.
That's okay.
There.
I got an email from Dawn saying that she could not join the webinar because the whole office was internet was out. I'm like, oh, bummer.
Had a little flickering myself here. All right, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
There's the MLS tab. So when you'd like to see what's going on with my RealSource and also our quick links and our preferred vendors, I know Taylor has done a lot of work in getting this created and updated. So you'll see it's got our logo in there, and under our logo is the quick links, which will get you to tech support, class schedule, the webinar library, which is our YouTube channel. Education Corner is here, and so much. So when you are looking, and there's our class schedule there on that calendar as well.
Hey, there's Debbie and your quick tips. I love it.
Yeah, just a little head peeking out there.
All right, so I'm going to now jump over to how do you get your profile set up? How do you start those great posts? And actually, before we go there, I'm actually going to show you a couple posts that I created just so you can kind of see what we're about to see. I kind of am a fan of kind of taking you on a tour so you can actually see what it's going to look like, and then I'll show you exactly how to do it. So this is my Facebook business page. One quick thing to note, if you are a HomeSnap user too, you can actually attach your HomeSnap app right to your Facebook business page. There's kind of a free tip. So if you do have a Facebook business page, and we hope you do if you're displaying your listings and getting the word out there, you can also now attach an app directly to your Facebook business page. So here I have my HomeSnap app so that people can be directly connected to me, and everything that they're seeing when they're driving around has my branding. So if I scroll down, these are the posts that you're going to be able to create in your new HomeSource. This is the profile post. So a really good example is asking for new buyer business. Attention buyers, are you finding it difficult to find your dream home due to this really low inventory? As I showed you when we started, we're seeing record lows. So now I want to go ahead and let them know that there's good news. Why settle on a different home when you can build your dream home today? Let me go ahead and show you some of the new up and coming communities in new construction that you may not have seen yet. So the idea is I can now go ahead and I can post my information. They can click on it and see all of my information and even search from there. We're going to take a look at that in just a moment. But you can also post specific listings. So maybe I'm looking at this house or working with this particular builder, and I want to go ahead and post about this great incentive, having an open house this week. You can do both of those directly from the New Home Source. So how do you get there? Well, you're going to go into Paragon, and like we tell you in almost every class now, I think, you're going to find all of your tools under Resources. So you're going to want to go to Resources, and you'll find it under the Social Media and Lead Gen category. So we're going to go right to New Home Source Professional. We're going to click on that, and that's going to take you directly into your single sign-on. So it's going to take you directly into your account. It is going to ask you to verify a couple pieces of information: your license number, your name, your email address, because what it's actually doing is setting up your account. So if you add those couple of fields of information, and I'm going to actually just click on my name here because you'll also find it under my account. It's going to ask you for obviously your first, last name, email address. Now it knows who you are, so don't worry. It's a single sign-on. A lot of that information is already there, but it is going to ask you to verify that. The next thing it's going to want to know is what areas are you working, because it's going to allow you to set up your markets. A little tip here, I just actually typed in Michigan and it brought up a whole long list of Michigan markets, and you can actually pick the ones. If there's something you don't want, let's say you don't want to go as far as Lansing, you could go ahead and just simply remove it. But a really easy way is just start typing in Michigan and you can choose the areas that you want to specialize in. Then, how do you want to be notified? Do you want to be notified with updates of promotions, things like builders that are coming to your area? Do you want text messages? Do you want to know about buyer incentives as well as upgrades and bonuses that are going to be available? And then also, would you just like a weekly email of any new promotions that are coming up or any builder incentives? So you can actually choose. If there's something you don't want, you can simply deselect it, but it allows you to set up your preferences so that they work best for you. All right, so under your name, again, you're going to see My Account. This is where you're going to go in, make sure that all of your information is correct and that your settings are set up the way you want them to be. But now, so I've told you a little bit about the different names. I know Taylor and Debbie and I all said this was a little bit confusing in the beginning because there's BDX, which is the builder's digital experience. And again, that was created by new construction and builders in the new construction industry. And that's the group that created it. But then there's the New Home Source Professional. That's your tool as the agent. But then you'll also see Showing New. So what is that? Well, it's really the New Home Source Professional, but it's your client side. So it's the client-facing interface. Look at what that looks like and exactly how we're going to go in and get that set up. So once you click on the Showing New, which again is just the client side of it, this is what your client is going to see. Now, one of the nice things is you can actually click on the link here. This is going to be a link that you can post out. It's a link you could put in your subject or your signature line of your email, but you can actually customize that link. So for instance, I have a website that's Colleen Sells Michigan Real Estate. So I wanted to go ahead and I wanted to customize my Showing New site that clients would see with that same name. So you can actually click on that pencil icon and you can create, if you have a team, for example, maybe you want to name it the Tom Smith team. You can go ahead and actually click on that pencil icon and you can change the name of your Showing New site. Keep in mind, though, you really want to do that one time. You don't want to do that all the time because if you send out the link, it obviously, if you keep changing it, it won't work when they go back to that specific link. So really, you want to find your branding name and you want to set that up, and you can do that by simply clicking the pencil icon and making that change. Now down below, you're also going to want to add your headshot, your brokerage logo. There's also footer images, so maybe you want to have the realtor designation, maybe you've got your SREC designation, maybe you're an accredited buyer rep, maybe you have your ABR and you want to add that in. Very easy to add things in. All you're going to do is click on the upload. It's going to ask you where on your computer you want to upload that from. I'm going to go ahead and upload my banner. And it's really that simple. Of course, you can drag it around, you can minimize or maximize it, and then you're simply going to click that check, and it's going to be added to your showing new site. Now down below, we do recommend that you add a disclaimer, just like we have in the MLS, that the information is deemed on this website to be accurate, but not guaranteed. Good to have that disclaimer in there as well. If you have a Google business page, if you're using a Google business site, you can actually tie this into your analytics for tracking purposes too. So a whole lot you can do, but you do want to make sure you've got your site set up before you go and start posting. Obviously, you don't want to post and not have a photo in there. You want it to have your same professional look and feel and branding. Popular searches, which is the next tab over, is going to allow you to select the communities that you want to specialize in. And it's also where you can favorite your builders. So if I'm working with a particular builder and I want to promote them, I can do that by simply selecting my preferred builders, and then that's going to appear at the bottom of my site and when they're looking at things that are going to be branded to me.
Now you have up to 5 builders you can add in there, or if you don't select any, that's fine too. It's not going to say preferred builders and blank, it's just going to be absent. It doesn't show that you don't have any.
Correct. And along the top right here, you've got resources. This is where you're going to find great videos. They've got some really nice 2- and 3-minute training videos. There's of course webinars that you can take through them as well. Save searches, again, you can save certain communities. Let me click on save searches here. You can save certain listings, and it's very easy to import your clients. So as you can see here, I've got Barry's dream home. If I click into it, it's going to show me homes that I've set up for Barry. I'm going to go ahead and just open one of these really quickly. I think this is the one I liked so much. They had the builder videos. As I mentioned, builders can add their own videos in here, floor plans, elevation plans. As Debbie mentioned, it's going to tell you, the status will tell you, is it under construction? Is it something that's a future site plan? And then you can also go in and see the agent compensation. Again, you do want to verify that. Don't take that as, well, it's listed there, I must be going to get that. Remember, it's not the MLS. You do want to always verify agent compensation and cooperation. They're not contractually obligated to you. Correct.
They're just giving you a heads up of what they probably will offer.
Correct. And then from here, you can also register a buyer client, and it's very easy to import your clients. So I just want to show you this import tool as well. And Debbie's going to get into the great searching features and some of the other things you can do here. But there's an easy import. It just imports as a CSV file. And the reason I'm bringing this up is, of course, you could add a new individual contact. But if you have your contacts in Paragon, I'm just going to jump back to Paragon for one moment. If you've got your contacts in here, there's an export utility right within Paragon. So I can click export. I can export it as a CSV file, which is basically like an Excel spreadsheet if you're not super techie. And now I can go ahead and bring it right into my NewHomeSource Professional by simply clicking the import button. So really easy ways to add those clients that you may already be working with, especially if you are working with a builder, you've got some people in Paragon. Very easy to import that list and bring it over. All right, Debbie, before I kick it over to you, did I miss anything here?
No, you covered a ton already. It's fantastic. I love it.
All right, I'm going to kick it over to you then as the presenter here, and I will let you take it away.
Awesome. Okay.
Go.
And let's see, show my main screen. So you should be seeing my BDX site, right?
I see it.
Awesome, there we go. Need that to see what I'm seeing. There we go. Okay, and you'll notice I look over this way. I love my two screens, so forgive me for not looking at you. So when I've already gone into Paragon and selected my resources and entered my NewHomeSource Professionals. So the last search that I did was Wayne County, so it does already populate that last one. Unfortunately, we don't have any builders in St. Clair County right now, so I'm going to keep beating that drum for a minute. So when we have some builders out here, it's just a little incentive to, hey, be the first St. Clair County builder to get into the BDX. It'll be pretty awesome.
Debbie lives in St. Clair County, so she's excited about that. Wink, wink, nod.
I'm always thinking St. Clair County. So right from here, I can either search Wayne County. I can go with, I have all new homes here. I also have inventory homes, which are stuff that's already being built and in the process. So I can sort by or reduce my findings by minimum and maximum price, just like an MLS, because this is the builder's MLS. Beds, baths, square feet. But for first off, I just want to make sure, I just want to see what I got going. I'm going to simply hit search right now. And here are all of my homes. So the very first tab that I have is homes in Wayne County. I can also swap over or switch over to communities. So there are a couple of communities that are being built in here as well, which is really interesting. So if I wanted to get Park Creek out of Canton Township to my client, so maybe if they're interested in the entire community, they like that area, I can send that community to my client. We're also back to the homes if I know that they are looking for something we'll stick in the plans, and I can sort by status. So I'm going to go with something that's down here in the planning or a spec home, which is really nice. Maybe I like, oh, townhouse. Maybe they were really looking for a townhouse. So I can simply select the listing and go back up to the top. And there's two orange buttons here. This one is going to be save and email just the listing. So that's what I usually found myself on, was just saving and sending listings, just one particular listing. But it's like, well, how do I send a search to my client like we do in the MLS? We always send search criteria and send them out to our clients. The save search is up over here on the right-hand side. So even if I had the one listing selected, remember, they're still going to save the entire search on this. So I just have the one listing selected, and it's a very simple, easy process. They automate this and try to make it as painless as possible. So I'm going to save and email that listing. I'm going to select or create a client. So I've already done it. It's just either I can create a new client, but we'll just select Big Red. And I want to go to save an email. It feels a lot like the Collab Center. Do I want to CC or BCC myself? Of course. I'm going to go ahead and CC myself. And yes. Hey, here's a preview of my email. Hello, Big Red. I just saved one listing for you to review on my new home website. And a picture. Looks good to me. Looks good. And hit send. Wow, that was hard, wasn't it? So now your listing has been saved and sent to Big Red. Okay, so now what do I need to do to go find all those listings I've been sending to Big Red? So at the very top, remember you've got your resources, saved searches. So I'm going to simply go into my clients and go find Big Red, which here she is right here. So there is my total saved searches. I have listings that have been sent to my clients, so I can simply tap on the 5. Hey, it's just like the Collab Center again. And this is that screenshot that Colleen had in her PowerPoint presentation. There's your comments, thumbs up, thumbs down, the city, community. Remember, all of these are sortable. Price, these are just, it's a very simple site to use. There's a few key things that you want to know. Are you looking at homes or communities? So let's go back to where we were. Actually, one key piece I want to show you, this is a really great one too. When you want to go back and start over, you want to go back to start a search, simply click on the NewHomeSource logo and it brings you right back. So if I wanted to refine a search to 325 with 3 beds, 2 baths, and 2,000 square feet, and here we have it. So that's one. That's a big button right there when you want to go back to the front. Homes and communities, those are your 2 big things here. The status of the home, what's the build. Now over here to the very right-hand side, you'll see that this isn't a list view. Clients do like to search by photos as well. So now you can see all of the photos across, and it makes it a little easier for you to do an action. At the very bottom, you've got request to register your client. Because if your client is interested in something like this and you think this is where they need to be or where they're going to be, now's your time, an easy opportunity to request to register that client. And there's also a map view as well. So there's a list of all the homes. And again, you can even change this to communities as well. So this is just a really, really great piece. And at any time, I can come back to the top and refine my search. I can now say it goes from 25 miles out to 10 miles from the center of it, but it's the center of a county, so it's not really necessary. I can also add more counties on here as well, and then simply update if I wanted to go add Lapeer and Macomb counties as well. Zooms out, adds some more listings in there. So this is a really great piece. You'll also notice I have a 1 up here by my name. My client has done something. So you'll want to manage your client activity. So it's a real easy, under your name, it's just a short list, and that's where most everything is. So I'm going to go over here. Here's my client. Oh, Betty Buyer has disliked the cypress. Okay, so if I want, I can go check out the cypress and maybe figure out why they didn't like it. Maybe it wasn't, it's 2.5 baths. They really wanted 3 baths. Okay, maybe that was it. Or, maybe they really wanted just a little bit more square footage. So now you're getting an idea of what's going on with your clients. You're able to see what they like and don't like. And that's a great tool to also remind your clients to tap whether they like, dislike, add some notes. It'll help you, the agent, refine any criteria that you're looking for them. And that's also part of being their real estate agent. And again, you've got all this information over to the right-hand side. And Colleen showed you how to share on social media. And here I am in a listing, and there's my little button right here, all 3 of them. If I want to Facebook it, tweet it, or pin it, they're simply right here.
Could you hit the Facebook button? I know I kind of blew by that a little bit, but I didn't actually, I showed them the post, but I didn't actually create it, so.
Gotcha. So let's go ahead and go through the post. So as you know, I've tapped blow that up, guys, so you guys can see it. Now remember, I'm on my personal page here, so I need to share to my business page. Share on a page I manage. And that's going to go pull up to right to Big Red Homes. Looking for new homes. Wow, spelling is not that great today. New homes. Click my site below and see your next home. And share. And let's go over, actually, you already saw the social media post. It's a beautiful photo that I really do like. It is nice, clean, clear. So that is searching for homes. There's a little bit more in there, but I don't want to overload you today. So I'm going to go back to my search results. It's a very clean screen, so you can navigate to where you need. Remember, I was back on the map view. So on the right-hand side, you can go back to your list or photo view. I like that photo view. It's nice and easy for me to just scroll through all the new homes, nice big photos. And if I want to send one to my client, I can simply send from here. This one, she loves the style of home. Go back up to the top and save and email that listing. So I can send individual here. I can save an entire search here, but this one, I just wanted to send this listing to my client. We'll go to Big Red, save an email, CC or BCC myself. There's your preview and send. Easy peasy, very quick. You can just start sending them out. Now, what I do want to show you is what you get on the back end. Let's see, let me pull up that email. There she is. All right, so this is the email that I received. This is the CC to me. So I get this. This is the same exact email that goes to my clients. This one was sent out the other day when we were, again, playing in the system here. So this is just, I love this. And you will get information from the builders as well. They reach out to you, the agent, because I have had one reach out to me like, hey, would you like some help? I just let them know, like, sorry, we're playing in the sandbox. I'm the director of education at my RealSource, so don't think that I'll be reaching back out. So, but they're very helpful to offer you any additional information they have on their communities. So that's what I really, really love about this product. Lots and lots of communications. That is good. All right. What else do we have on our agenda, Miss Colleen?
I think that's it. I think you did a great job of covering all the searching. So now is a super great time if you have any. Oh, we should show them, Debbie, while you get your screen up. Can you show them where they can find the resources?
Oh, yeah. So the very top, remember, there's a few pieces to this. It's not a complicated system. So there's your settings under your name, which here's some help in here, about us, sign up, you can get that. But what really helped Colleen and I really dive into this are we liked the training videos. These are the short little videos. YouTube, of course, it's crazy, I know. So I'm going to scroll down. Here it is. There are 17 videos here, and I probably got through them in maybe 2 hours, but they're short and sweet and to the point. So you take one video and, okay, that's the intro. Cool, that's great. Who are they? How do I create an account? Okay, logging in. Then I have your showing new experience, home listing detail page. So it goes in depth about everything on that showing, on the detail page, on the showing new site.
And you're right, I liked them because they were short. The average one was like 2 or 3 minutes. So if I just have a couple minutes and I'm, want to catch up on the next new thing, it was really easy to utilize.
And here's posting to social media and your client management. Very specific. Here's your one topic that you need, not a full-blown webinar where it's an hour in and there's the piece that I need. Okay, thank you. This is you have a question, third, and I love that. So let's go back to the regular site. So it's a lot of information. There's a lot of new listings here for you that I absolutely love. And there are, let's see, I can't tell in the photos view, but as of right now, here's 181 homes just in the Detroit area alone. Not to mention if I were to open it up to all the stuff available on our NewHomeSource Professional site. So welcome to a whole lot more inventory to sell, but we do have that one big disclaimer. If you've never sold new home construction before, that's not our purview, honest to goodness. You need to talk to your broker. It's always going to be about your broker. He or she is responsible for you. So that's where, if you've got those kind of questions, go to your broker. They have the answers for you.
All right, let's see. Taylor, do we have any questions coming in?
We actually didn't.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought I was muted. I was about ready to try to find out and unmute myself. No, we didn't have any questions. So that means you guys from the first class really covered it pretty straightforward and to the point, I would say. But I know this is new for a lot of people, so now is a great time to ask questions. There's no dumb questions. This is obviously a different animal compared to what we normally do. So we've all learned a little bit along the way.
Yeah, one of the questions that we had last time was about registering your clients. Do you register them immediately. I mean, if you're sharing on Facebook, if you've sent them a listing. Well, and what was it that Dave was saying this morning? He was very adamant and animated about the way he says, share it on Facebook. If they're interested, get a buyer broker contract with them. If you're working with them, you've got a buyer agency agreement with them, correct? This is the same thing. If they want to start seeing new homes, register your clients.
We did have one question that just popped in from Gail that just asked if this is something that they can pay for, or is this included with the MLS?
Oh, hi, Gail. How are you? It's actually included with your MLS membership. So we're not selling you anything. There's nothing you have to subscribe to. And this is something now included. It is a new tool that's available. Again, all you have to do is go under resources. It's there. There's nothing you have to buy or subscribe to. Your account is already there and set up. You just got to go in and you just have to put in your information. And yes, Francine, you do have to register them with the builder. That is the key. Really, there's 4 keys, as Debbie mentioned. You want to verify that compensation and cooperation. You want to make sure that you understand. Remember, they are not obligated to pay you what is there. So you need to go directly to the builder, and you need to make sure that compensation and cooperation is in place. And you also need to make sure that you are registering your buyers with that builder. But obviously take the necessary steps. If you've never done new construction before, it can be a different animal. So be sure to, ask your broker, ask questions. But yes, it's a great tool, and it just is nice that you're able to register them with the buyer right there. You don't have to make 9 calls to figure out how to do that. It's right there in front of you. If you are working again with a builder, you're welcome to forward me their information, and we'll get that packet out to you so they can figure out how to get signed up and be a preferred builder too. So really good questions. I can't wait till we can see all of you again in person. It's coming up, and I'm excited. Don't get me wrong, I love GoToWebinar, I love Zoom, but it's going to be really nice to be able to actually answer questions in person again.
Yeah, just a balance between both is
yeah.
It'll be nice to read their faces again when you see the user like looking off like bored.
Yeah. Yeah, and you got to step up your game. It's a little harder this way.
Yes.
Well,
all right.
That's so convenient and nice about having online, and everybody learns differently. I mean, just my husband, he did so much better with online courses at his own pace, but me, I've always done better in person.
I'm with you.
So, yeah. I don't have the attention span for for the online classes back when I used to take classes often. So I think having that balance of both now that we were able to do that and bringing so much on board over the last year and a half has been, really nice for everybody. And
it's been great. And
starting in September, right, Debbie?
Yeah. What was that?
We're starting to kind of sprinkle in some in-house classes in September, right? Okay.
September's the start date.
Yep, yeah. I'm really excited about that. And remember that all these are recorded. We recorded today's class. You can find it on our YouTube channel, My RealSource Media. Hey, when you're there, so that you don't miss any upcoming classes, make sure you hit the subscribe button. And Debbie did a great job of organizing playlists. So you'll see this class as well as every class that we offer, I think except photography. We didn't do the photography ones or the roadmap ones.
No, some of those really specialty we don't record. They're more intellectual property, so we don't want those out there recorded really. So
yeah,
but we offer them every quarter, and they're obviously there for you guys to take pretty frequently.
So
excellent. All right, well, thank you everybody for attending, and remember, just give us a buzz if you need some help on this. And the training videos are fantastic.
I asked, does the builder population know about this tool?
Yep, it was actually started by builders. There's over 1,000 builders nationwide now that participate. And again, if you're working with a builder right now that would be interested, I'm happy to forward that information over to BDX. signed up too. So yeah, I mean, like just I said when I ran the report this morning, over 300 listings that weren't in the MLS that you can see. So in a time, just in our immediate area, but in a time where we're all looking for more inventory, it's a great way to see things that sometimes it's not in the MLS simply because it's a spec home or it's a planned home. And so this is a great way to get all the information over to your buyers so they have more choices and more inventory to choose from. So. Yep. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. Happy selling. Go list some houses.
All right. Great job, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Jumping in.